So don't panic when you get the inspection. It's just standard to do the inspection. We recommend them 100 times over again. It's important to get your inspections. Thank y'all for joining the Twincast. It's the podcast where business and faith are our foundation and a good laugh is always on the house. We're identical twin sisters navigating the real estate world one deal at a time. The Twincast starts now. I'm Cherie, your go-to lender helping you with all things finance. And I'm Nicole, your favorite realtor helping you find the perfect place to call home. And if you're just not joining us, here's a few things that you should know. We're top 1% in our field. We have over a decade of experience in our field. And with our unique twin dynamic, we offer our clients an undeniable edge. This translates to huge monetary savings through stronger negotiations and smarter financing strategies. Okay, so today we are providing our clients with a roadmap. A roadmap to what happens after you go under contract. So it's important to know that once you go under contract, it's all hands on deck. And really, you're going to be bombarded by a lot of phone calls, a lot of people pulling you in different directions. So we want you to have a clear understanding of what happens. So we will, whenever you work with the twin team, we provide you a roadmap. We give you a document that tells you what your steps are, but also we want to have available to you an audio version of that. So you can reference that, and it just makes it super simple because like we said, you're going to get a lot of information all at one time. So you can reference back to your paper that you'll have, and now you'll have an audio version. Yes. So we have a few steps that we put together that are an important part of the process that you need to know. So I'm going to give Nicole some of the titles here, and she's going to kind of walk through them with you guys. Okay. So step number 1, the offer is accepted. We go under contract. Earnest and option period begins. We deliver earnest and option funds to the title company. We schedule inspections, and we review findings together and negotiate repairs or credits where they may be needed. So that's a lot of steps there. Not steps, but kind of all in one. So tell us what happens. So you are going to get, at that point, we're under contract. We are then going to collect your earnest and option money. Your earnest money is typically 1% of the sales price. Each contract is different. So as we go under contract, we will then determine the amount, and you'll know that, and you'll take that to the title company. Typically right now, my clients are finding it easier to have it wired to the title company. So that money can be wired to the title company, and we will get that information to you provided by the title company. There's the option fee, and it can range too, and that's negotiated on per contract. We'll go over the amount, but that will allow us time to do our home inspections. So that can be 7 to 10 days, but that's what that additional amount is for. It's for us to do our home inspections and takes the home off the market. So when the inspections come up and there are things in the inspections, this happens pretty early on. So you guys can start negotiating those, work through them. So don't panic when you get the inspection. It's just standard to do the inspection, and we recommend them 100 times over again. It's important to get your inspections, but Nicole will walk you through that, and she'll get it negotiated, and we'll keep moving forward. So that's step number 1. Then we go to appraisal and loan approval. So you'll hear more from me on that side of it because I'm the lending girl. So She's tell you, the money girl. I'm the money girl. So as far as the appraisal process, we will charge usually around $550 for the appraisal. Now, that appraisal, once you get to closing, we will refund that money back to you. But the most important part about the appraisal is to verify the value of the home. We want to verify that the value is there. We understand that you want to pay, for example, $350,000 for the house, but the people that are loaning you the money, the bank, wants also verify the houses in the area are selling for that amount. And if they aren't, we want to know because we don't want to put you in a situation where you're overpaying for a home. So it's an unbiased party. A third party inspector goes out there, appraises the home. He goes inside the home. So he'll be verifying square footage. He'll be looking at upgrades. He'll be looking at all the things that make the value important for for you as a consumer and us as the bank, and for anyone lending, the FHA, VA, conventional, USDA, we just want to make sure that value is there. So
Make sure you're not paying more for the property than it's actually worth.
right,
So
we definitely don't want you to do that. While that is happening, we're going to continue moving forward with loan approval. So all the documents that you've provided to me from the very beginning of this process, such as pay stubs, bank statements, driver's license, all those things will now be reviewed by an underwriter. So the underwriter is going to make sure that we've done all the information up front, that we've, kind of verified. You said you made $25 an hour. Are you really, making $25 an hour? Are you working 40 hours a week? Are there any stipulations that we may have missed? Well, we've done this for 13 years, and the people on my team have over 2 decades of experience under their belt. And so we're pretty thorough at the very beginning of this process. We ask you for a lot of documents, and we kind of cross all the questionable bridges up front so that we don't have surprises towards the end of this process. So it's very unlikely that you'll go to an underwriter that I didn't know a question that may come up. You should be prepared for the questions. We should have prepared you for the questions that may come up. So, the loan approval is important, and it's the step that we need to get from an underwriter. As soon as we get that, we'll get one step closer to our clear to close and getting you keys. But that's what happens during loan approval. So don't panic when we start reviewing the same documents, or the underwriter starts reviewing those same documents that you provided for me, because it's inevitable that questions will come up from.
I think too, there's some questions as far as while they're reviewing bank statements and going over submitting those documents to make sure that there's no big purchases. There's no anything. If you have a question about it, whether you're taking money out of the bank, whether it's cash, definitely don't want to get any new credit. And any questions you want to go refer back to your lender in regards to spending or taking out of your account.
So very true. Now's not the time to start looking for a new job. Now's not the time to change jobs, not time to move money around, that you're transferring between your husband and your account and mom and dad. And, please try to keep the transfers to a minimum, because the more unexpected events that happen, the more questions that will be asked, and nobody really, my customers do not like answering these questions. So I do try to prepare them in the beginning, to kind of keep things kind of low for now. We're only in your hair for like 21 to 30 days, friends. So we'll get you out, and you can start doing all the things that you want and want to do. But for the meantime, try to keep low profile. That's what
that includes no refrigerators, no new cars, no sofas, no
no Facebook Marketplace right now. None of that. Just low profile. Okay.
low key. Okay.
Yeah. And if you do have questions now, do not go to the asking for permission or forgiveness. I think
For permission.
Yes, we want you to ask for permission first. Okay.
In this scenario, home buying process, ask for permission first.
Yes, please. Okay, so we've gotten through appraisal, loan approval, inspections. We're going to now step into final walkthrough. So we're done with all the underwriting questions. What happens during the final walkthrough?
Well, the final walkthrough is basically that. Typically, it's done either the day of or the day before the closing date. So we'll take care of that when we're doing our final walkthrough. We want to make sure if there were any repairs that we negotiated, we want to make sure those are completed. And we have the invoices for those showing that they were completed. Also, it's to make sure the house is what you saw when you agreed to purchase the home. So we do the walkthrough, making sure there's no broken windows. The house is just what you thought it was when you said, I do.
When you said I do. Okay. So the walkthrough, what happens if, I don't know, somebody tears up
it's not happened. And so we will not discuss such things.
Okay.
That has not happened. Okay. Nothing major has ever happened during a final walkthrough in 13 years. And we know that's by the grace of God. And so nothing's major has happened. If something major was to happen, we would cross that bridge. Typically, at that point, we're at the final stretch. So if there was anything major that needed to be repaired or any other discussions, we'd have it and make it happen. And you would be getting your keys.
Okay, good to know. Okay, I'm glad you're ready for that, just in case.
I got you.
Okay,
So next step, closing day. We've made it. And so what happens on closing day?
Closing day, I typically like to schedule my closings on a Tuesday or Thursday, depending on my clients, but definitely like to schedule them before lunchtime. That will allow us time, the buyers to sign, the sellers to take care of their documents, and that will allow us to fund, and you get the keys the same day. In the event we are not able to plan accordingly, whether it's title company, lender, whatever the case, buyer, seller, whoever, we will schedule it, and you will get the keys to your home the next day.
So I typically prepare my customer on the lending side of it, prepare to sign about 100 sheets of paper saying that you're buying a house. So I want you guys to
And that you will pay for it.
and that you'll pay for it, right? Of course. So just prepare for at least 30 minutes to an hour in front of a few people, a notary being one, explaining that you're going to be buying a house. And so the title company is very accommodating, and you can make arrangements for the title company to meet you at work. You can come to our office. There's very there's quite a few options there. But closing day is super exciting for all of us because you've worked so hard to get to where you're at and you've made it. So just arrange for about an hour to sign the paperwork. We fund at the table, so that means we want you to get while you're signing your paperwork. After you're done, we want to hand over the keys. So typically that's what we will do. But if for some reason they're not able to do that because maybe the seller's out of town or something like that, I don't know. There's some reason it can't come up. Like Nicole said, we'll make sure you get those keys later on, or if they need to be mailed to them, like we just had a customer that wasn't in town at all and they were coming in a couple of weeks later. So either way, we'll make sure you get the keys. That's the best part of it. So you'll get the keys, you've made it, and after that,
That's it. After that, you
it's
get
a
your
wrap.
keys and you go home and you start moving and buying the refrigerator and getting the couch and all the things.
Life will resume, and better now, right?
That you're in a home.
Yeah, you're in your home. You made it. So
So congratulations.
congratulations, you've made it. So we tell people we're here from day one until the day you need us again, and then we're a phone call away.
Yeah, so even after closing, you'll find sometimes as you're moving into the home, as you're lifing in the home, there's things that come up, and you may have some questions for the seller. So, or, for your agents, for me, that we'll be happy to answer those questions. So don't think because you closed on the home, we're no longer available. We are still here for anything that you need after.
Yes. We're here. And on the lending side, of course, I'll still be here. Most people end up asking me, when do I make my first payment? And I will be here to help you make that first payment. So you call me and I'll be sure to answer. So,
But if they do have to ask the first payment in regards to that, since people do call, and that is a closing document. When we're signing our paperwork on closing day, you will get a sheet of paper,
coupon.
a
We
coupon,
call it a coupon. It's
yeah,
a
sheet of
first,
paper.
it's a first payment coupon telling you where to mail your first payment, but you will also send you instructions on how to set up payments online and things like that, and make it phone calls if you'd like to make a phone call to make the payment or mail it. So you'll have so many options. Believe me, we will find a way to take your money. Though you will not have a problem with that for sure. So any questions, you still are able to reach out to us, and we're happy to help. So thank you guys for joining us again today on the Twincast. If you like today's episode, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to be on the show, send us a DM. And until next time, keep dreaming big, planning smart, and remember, with the right team, you hold the keys.